Welcome to our quick guide on mastering the dashboard tools on Datacake. Today I'm going to show you how to create dynamic and insightful dashboards using 3 key widgets. Let's go. So I have created a workspace specifically for this use case, and in this workspace we can see already we have a couple of CO2 devices, we have a couple of temperature and humidity devices, one power consumption device in here, and I wanted to show you how to modify your device dashboard to be able to show exactly what your customers want or exactly the information that you need for your operations. And in here we can see that I have a temperature and humidity device. I created this SenseTick device through a template, and the template, as we can see, already has a dashboard. It also has a fields definition and a payload decoder. And what I want to show you, however, is it might be that the dashboard that the template contains is not exactly as you want it. And I wanted to show you the main widgets that will allow you to display the information and the data exactly as you want. So for that, I'm going to actually delete all of these widgets that we have created in here or that are included on the template. And I'm going to show you the widgets that we have that will allow you to create a personalized dashboard. So now we have a device fields widget, which allows you to display data all at once. And you will see that in basics, you have a title that you can add to your widget, and you have a data section. And in the data section, you can see all of the fields that this temperature and humidity device contains. So you can select all of the ones that are interesting for your use case: temperature, humidity, air pressure, for example. You can also add in here movement is something that the device is not actually it is sending, and yeah, you can add this fields widget and it will automatically display all of those values right away. So you have it in here, and you didn't have to add value widgets for each and one of them. Now, why is the value widget still very useful? The value widget is the most used widget on Datacake, and it allows you to show and display one field at a time. In this case, for example, if we select temperature and you go to the data section, you can select the temperature field in here, and you are able to set up a unit, for example. You can also give this widget a title, and yeah, so you can also select how many decimal places you want to have. It might be that you don't need decimal places at all. In this case, for a temperature, it is a good thing to have decimals. And you also can set up the appearance of the widget. You can set up a color, and yeah, just so that you know that those are all possible. In here, you can set up a thermometer, a little icon in there to make it look cute. And a very, very used and beloved functionality is this Gauche function. It allows you to modify how the data is displayed. You can select none, but you can also select a linear gauge, and in here you can add the values. An important thing is they have to be ordered from small to big. Let's say -30 and 30 degrees, -30 being very, very cold, and yeah, let's say the 0 is yellow and the 30 is very hot. And you can see that we are towards the hot side of it, because right now summer is coming finally. And this is the linear gauge, but you can also set it up as a vertical gauge. You can select a circular gauge. If you have a field that's maybe not a temperature but a field level, for example, you can also select a field level gauge, and you can set which field levels are 0 and 100%. And you can also set up a compass in case that the field has a degree value. It's showing an angle or a direction. And in this case, for temperature, of course, vertical and circular are the ones that make more sense. So I'm gonna leave the circular gauge. And as you saw under appearance, you actually have a value color base on stage. So if you select that one, the number will color on based on the gauge that you selected in here. So whenever it is between these values, it's gonna be colored a specific thing. So just so that you know that's possible. And what I wanted to show, and that not a lot of people are aware it is possible, is that you can select a time frame on the value widget. So that's the most important thing, I would say. You can select the current value. You can show the current value of your device, which is 25.10 degrees right now, but you can also select a time range operation to display minimum, maximum, average, or change over a time frame, which is super useful. For example, when you want to display, in this case, the average of the last 24 hours until now. And all of these things that you have in here are all well documented on our documentation. So you can see what things are possible. You can also say start of day, for example. That's another possibility. And in here, you're gonna see it's in UTC. So the start of the day is the 0 UTC. So that's why it's 2 a.m. in Central European time for me. However, I'm gonna leave it in 24 hours ago until now, and we will see that the value in here actually changed. Now it's 24.61. You can also select your own time frame, and that's it. That's basically it. You can save it, and now you're gonna have the temperature displayed on a gauge, a circular gauge like that. And that allows you to display, for example, as well, the maximum temperature. I'm gonna make copies of this widget, and I'm gonna say, okay, 2 are enough. I'm gonna say now, for example, instead of average, I want the minimum temperature from 24 hours ago until now. And as you see, that's the minimum temperature in the last 24 hours. And now I wanna display the maximum temperature in the last 24 hours, which is the last temperature that we recorded in here. So now we have a really beautiful way of showing an average. And of course, in here on the title of the widget, we can select to display average. That's the minimum, and that's the maximum. And as you see, that took us very, very little time. And now we have really beautiful gauges that show a display of the temperature in a time range. And now I wanted to also show you another very beloved widget on Datacake, which is the chart widget. And the chart widget allows you to represent a trend of a specific field or a lot of fields at once. So in here, I'm gonna display the temperature trend, for example. And on data, you are allowed to add as many fields as you need. In this case, I'm just going to select the temperature as an area chart, for example. I'm gonna give it a color, and I am going to also modify the appearance. Now also on Datacake, we have the possibility to show a button to export the current view as a CSV file. So when you share the dashboard with people, they can actually download a CSV file with the data points that are plotted in this chart widget. And you can also allow time frame selection on a dashboard. So that's making it a little bit yeah, users can actually interact with the dashboard. And yeah, so now we go to access and we want to give this a beautiful look. We can give the access some units. We can also select the auto domain, and it will then show in here the range of temperatures that were registered. And you can also select a date format. In this case, we want to select, for example, the hours, because on the time frame we can see that we selected a day display. You can also select a weekly overview, for example, of the temperature, 2 weeks overview, a month even. Because of the data retention time of this device, you will see that only a week is visually possible in here, because this device has 1 week of data retention time. And you can also select a custom time range. So in here you can also, as with the value widget, give from and until, and a specific resolution. You can lower the resolution, for example, to have a more detailed chart, and you will be able to see inside of the chart all of the data points in 1 minute or 1 minute resolution for the last 7 days, for example. But we're gonna leave the daily overview. That's quite useful. And another really nice thing is you can select the referent line, and you can set up a referent line, a dashed referent line, for example, in green, that show a custom value. For example, you want to select in here 25 degrees as the value, and inside of there you can write, this is the line that shows 25 degrees Celsius, and you can see where your trend is going. And you can also add several trend lines, for example. And yeah, you can save your chart widget and start enjoying your data right away, and be able to monitor your devices right away. And yeah, so that was very easy to configure. That was a very fast device dashboard. Another super beautiful feature of the device dashboard is the public link, which allows you to share the dashboard with people, and you can share the public link or a QR code to show people the data from your device. Now let's save the dashboard. And yeah, that's basically how you create your own personalized dashboard. Those are 3 super useful widgets. They have, of course, a lot of tricks, and there's a lot of tips on how you can personalize your dashboards. And in the next video, we're gonna show the difference between a device dashboard and a global dashboard, which are the dashboards that you can see on your workspace, at the top of your workspace, in which you can add more than one device at once, and you can also add tabs and visualize a lot of different things. So that's it. Those are 3 very useful widgets, and I hope that this information is very useful, that it serves you and allows you to see the possibilities that Datacake offers to display data in 3 different ways. In this case, we have a lot of other widgets, so please feel free to comment down below and to tell us which other widgets you would like to see, which other features in the platform you would like to see, and let us know what else we should talk about in the next video. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned.